nowhere alone. He was a victim of from so many ways, like from childhood, from his family. Then he gets older, and then people. Yeah, I get that he wasn't supposed to talk to these certain people or ages or whatever the case may be, even if their parents knew about it. I just
Specifically,
don't
the
think
R. Kelly situation, I don't know if there were true victims.
that part.
He beat
Yeah,
like R. Kelly's doing the time that the parents should be doing
I
because
agree.
they were really the one, the
Definitely
daughter,
agree. Yeah.
Miss Azriel. I mean, it's just, I mean, come on, guys. Something we talked about, in private. We spoke on speaking about R. Kelly before, which we both still enjoy his music and listening to, and still like him, as a person, and just kind of been, not scared but timid to touch this subject because it's so controversial, and he been convicted and he's serving a 30-year sentence. But I wanted to talk about the fact that some of the evidence that was omitted from that trial, that I think would have clearly exonerated him. Seems like, from what I'm saying. And the young lady, basically the star witness that was, against R. Kelly, Azriel, there are texts from her parents saying and pretending that she's 18. All that was omitted. There's a incident at a hotel with the police and law enforcement officers left because they looked at her ID, called her parents for confirmation, and left. This is a 30-year case, and the parents were given immunity, and everything I just told you, those two incidents were omitted from the trial.
That's the part I don't like. Because I feel like if you're going to groom your child or allow certain things just because it's a celebrity, you should be charged too. If they knew their child was underage, lied for her to the police, lied to her
To R. Kelly.
to R. Kelly, then they should be just as guilty as they're saying that he is.
That's what I
Because
thought. And if I'm not mistaken, the entire trial and the case was mounted all after Surviving R. Kelly came out. And so, and the only reason I bring that up is because the court of public opinion is a serious thing now. I mean, if they start judging you and saying you this or you that, man, you this or you that.
yeah, that's not right. Because R. Kelly, I mean, R&B hasn't been the same since they locked away the king of R&B.
It hasn't. It
It
hasn't. It
hasn't.
hasn't. Yeah, that's 100% sure.
And I don't. I hate to say this like this, but I don't think he did anything wrong or anything that so many have done before him.
Legal age in Chicago is 17, and in California it's 18. At the time, he doesn't know that she's 17. In his mind, she is 18. So when he flies her out to California, now
He's
this
thinking
is
she's 18.
and now it's sex trafficking because legal age in California is 18, but legal age in Chicago is 17.
But they won't. But her parents that already lied to him before.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
y'all want to
yeah.
hold him guilty, and then you can't even use the information that the parents have
Mm.
already lied to him. That's just not fair. That's so wrong because it's so many fast girls who put themselves in situations to talk to older men, and now it's just not
Backed
right.
by the parents as well.
Yeah,
This
see,
I'm
that's
talking
too
about like the
much.
situation with R. Kelly ain't something that I haven't seen. Parents backing the child to talk to an older guy. You know what I'm saying? And it's all good. We cool with this, and encouraging the child to talk to a older man as well. That's
But
I
that
thought that was
happens.
yeah,
I
that's
know
normal.
a lot of people that situation.
Unfortunately, I also feel like the jurors were compromised because they
Hmm.
all seen, admitted to, most had seen the documentary, and yet they were still allowed to continue the case. So I mean, like all these things were fishy. If they want to get you, they're gonna get you.
Yeah, I
And
don't
it's
like
not a
what's
cop out or
this.
anything like this, but these things happen, and all this information was omitted. Yeah.
And it shouldn't have.
Yeah, it was a lot of information that was leaked to Tasha K. I don't remember if you some years ago, if when it was kind of a bigger thing. It was seized computers from the prison.
From a worker there, right?
Yeah, from a worker there, and that worker, the punishment for the worker is they received early retirement.
That's not a punishment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not
So that, that's no, that's not punishment at all. So that's kind of just the outline of what's going on with the
Mhm.
30-year case that he's doing the 30 years on right now. I don't know how they can, I think they're seeking an appeal right now, but we don't know how this is going to go. After watching everybody go down, Lil Durk just went down, just seemed like we didn't hear nothing about it. It was just out of the blue.
It was
Just
kind of out
watching
of blue.
everybody go down. Puff went down, Chaos started to, well, no, started
Bill,
to,
yeah.
Bill started this, so
And he shouldn't. Don't
never,
get me
should
started.
have never, talking about Quaaludes in the 70s. But yeah, that was crazy. I don't think R. Kelly was protected enough. I think he was exploited several ways, definitely financially. Feel like his finance should have been a fortress for him, protection for him. But when you have the wrong people in your circle,
Exactly.
or people who want to take advantage of your shortcomings, which they saying that chaos can't, read and
Read,
everything. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I don't know how true that is, but if that is true, then
I think he's admitted it before. I think he said that whatever reading level he was on, that he really can read. But that's why it's so important to have the right people around you, to have people who truly support and care about you. You should have that before you even get the fame or the riches or the money. But a lot of times people don't get that until afterwards, and then these people are not really there for you. They're there
he was a
for
street
what they can
singer
get.
on the streets of Chicago in the subway underground area. You know how the people be down there playing the drums and asking for a quarter. He was a street singer down there, except nobody walked by when they heard him sing. And so that's how he kind of got on, from what I understand. I don't know. I don't know. This what's on some unsungs, that we didn't sing or
Right.
whatever. Shout out to unsung. But yeah, I don't. I see what you're saying. It's just that if I don't know nothing, don't got much education, and then my talent takes me to these heights. But my talent doesn't dictate my intelligence or my decision making skills. And so I wish Kales would, if he does get out, and I do believe he will get out,
I hope you do, because I'm still a fan
still a fan, a bit or a supporter or of his music.
of his music. Yeah,
I'm a supporter of his music. They try to separate, how the culture doing that and say R. Kelly and Robert is two
two
different
different
people.
people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I like both people, and I'm, because I know so many guys that, wilded out and was picking up the girls. When we was in high school, they didn't like us. They wanted the older guys.
Well, I know, and see, I get that part too, because I know women, or who has been that person, to talk to an older guy. But his story alone, he was a victim of from so many ways, like from childhood, from his family. Then he gets older, and then people. Yeah, I get that he wasn't supposed to talk to these certain people or ages or whatever the case may be, even if their parents knew about it. I'm just saying, which he shouldn't even be held full accountable for that.
Mm.
He shouldn't if they parents and stuff knew. But I just think, as a person who has so many, who is gifted as him, who has wrote so much, many, or so much, did so much for the culture with songs, written songs that we love for other artists who, I mean, when you just have, and then they come at you like this over something that people been doing for years. Guys been talking. You got people who, like Marcus Houston, met his wife at 17 and whatever. He claims that he didn't talk to her until she was of age. And then they got married. She was 19 when they got married. He's 22 years older than her. You
I
got
didn't
people
even
who's
know
been
that.
doing this for years, but then you want to. So yeah, I looked at him as being a victim. His story, you know what I'm saying? There's so many of our black males who have a gift of that magnitude in different areas. It doesn't have to be just in music. It's just his is in music. You know what I'm saying?
I think
And
they
it
say
seems like they aim towards them to bring them down.
it does. It does. It does. It does. Well, just our entertainment and entertainers, period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All the entertainers, period, and especially when if you start opening up a bigger lane for yourself than they might have seen for you. You know what I mean? You know, Mike was on half of Sony.
Right.
You know, and so once they see stuff like that, we don't know how close Chaos was to getting this business part right. You know, maybe it was 5, 10 years away from that, but of course we're gonna stop you, halt you. You feel me? You know, we don't know what the music industry is gearing up for,
Yes.
and he brought black love to he kept it all in the culture. He was huge on that.
He wrote
He
hits
yeah. Well, he wrote baby making music.
that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like we got to, Usher can do it for us. You know, sometimes he does. I think he kind of leaned towards whatever the execs want him to sing about. Now Chris Brown, he gives us that. You know what I mean? But for the older crowd, I don't want to. I would much rather listen to R. Kelly's new creative baby making music.
I don't even listen to a lot of the young people. I still,
Chris Brown, Chris Brown. I mean, he him.
I mean,
And
I
Chris
listen to
Brown is
Chris, but I'm saying the newer artists that
Nah,
I don't even think there are many R&B singers,
I
writers
think
out
it's
there
just
like that.
Jacquees. I thought Jacquees' album dropped the other day. I think they say it's a pretty decent R&B album. You know what I mean? But and shout out to Jacquees for they just had the baby, right? But nah, I mean, if I got to go all the way down to Jacquees, and that ain't no shade or nothing like that. But come on, like we talking about R. Kelly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some of the greats don't even sing no more. It seems like that they might pay him not to sing. I mean, I ain't heard Angie Stone new song. I ain't heard Jill Scott new song. I ain't heard nobody new
No.
song, but they still be outside looking good.
And
And so
I
it
mean,
seems
they
like is
still
they
do
getting
all their
paid
old
not
music,
to?
but they haven't made any
They
new.
haven't made nothing
Yeah.
new. Yeah. So I don't know what's up with R&B and
I just
soul. It used to be soul.
There's a lot going on. If you just open your eyes and look, it's like they're aiming or targeting our black males. I mean, I'm not saying like the victims and all that stuff. I'm not no shade to them. I'm not saying they're telling lies or anything. My heart do go out to victims, but how much are you when I think about R. Kelly, and I haven't sat and just watched every single thing, but when I think of R. Kelly, how much are you a victim if you're 17, 18 years old talking about you did this? Why was you there? What was your parents? What what I'm saying? Like I don't I don't know. I just
Specifically,
don't
the
think
R. Kelly situation, I don't know if there were true victims.
that part.
He
Yeah.
beat the case. You know what I'm saying? When we was kids, the tape that was going around. You
Right,
know
of
what I
the
mean?
child who
The
did she even testify
the
or anything?
golden shower tape. You know what I'm saying? That was
Yeah.
going around. Golden shower tape. He beat that. You know what I'm saying? Came out with the not guilty song with Hove. It looked like he was gonna. I think he beat most of these little jump cases, and then
That
they
don't seem
they
like
got
they
him
really
caught
victims.
up on the parents giving immunity. Okay, so it really to me is like R. Kelly's doing the time that the parents should be doing
I
because
agree.
they were really the ones sex
I
trafficking the
definitely
daughter,
agree. Yeah.
Miss Azriel. I mean, come on, guys,
That's what it feels like and sounds like and looks like to me,
like,
in my
subscribe.
opinion.
Yeah, like, subscribe, leave a comment. What do you think? I mean, is R. Kelly doing time for the parents
Because they shouldn't have
that
lied.
brought him the baby and presented several business opportunities to him? See, this was a money exploitation thing going on. If you just keep looking, just keep peeling back the layers, you will
Right.
see, wow, but go just do the research for yourself. But who cares? You know what I'm saying? Because we're not the lawyers, the prosecutor, the defense attorneys. My man's is in there just waiting to
I
get out.
care. It's,
Yeah, I care.
yeah.
No, I definitely care. But what I'm saying is, I can't.
Yeah,
Knowing
we
this
can't.
information,
Yeah.
it's not like
It's
who
nothing
cares
we
that I
can
know the
do. Yeah,
information?
it's nothing we can do to really
Yeah,
help him in this situation.
nothing
But
you can do.
I do think he shouldn't be gone or shouldn't be done the way he is being
And the
done.
entire culture turned their back on him, and I don't think they should have. I think that was whack. I watched all the entire culture turn their back on him. But once you get a guilty joint, you know what I'm saying? And then, culture ain't going through the look and see exactly what happened and everything. And yeah, cares like younger ladies.
Well, who
I
makes up
just,
the culture now? We got so many young people, young mind who don't know much, and they kind of just follow the trends.
they
We don't
follow the
have many
trends.
people who step out on their own individuality and
No,
own mind. So I mean that says a lot too. But
no.